Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're about to witness a British parliamentary debate. Now we will begin the debate by a toss.
Dates.
Okay, choose your side.
Government side.
Now we will choose the motion. The motion is, should homosexual be accepted in the military? Now I am giving you 5 minutes to prepare. Now I'm gonna tell you how the debate goes. Each speaker is allocated with 7 minutes to interpret their motion to respond to any challenges, except the government whip and opposition whip. Member of the government and member of opposition has only right to introduce new argument or let's say case extension. Moreover, government whip and opposition whip has to summarize the debate, though they are on the closing table. Each speaker can raise question, clarification, contrary from other speaker. Only if the speaker already finished his and her first 2 minutes, POI would be entertained or not be entertained. The speaker must say not now to reject POI and yes if he and she allow to raise POI. We encouraging the audience to react by tapping their desk and saying ear here or say shame if you disagree. First tap for the beginning of POI, second tap for the second tap for the end of POI, and double tap for the end of the speaker. Now, this house believes that homosexual should be accepted in the military. Okay, now let's hear the case of Government Prime Minister Mr. Alvin Liesa.
Today, ladies and gentlemen, we the government believe that homosexual should be accepted in military. We define homosexual as a person who is sexually attracted to its own sex, and we also know them as a bisexual, gay, or lesbian. We only exclude personal attack. We the government side believes that homosexual should be accepted in military. This is because, first, we cannot say that all straight men and women can give a good strategy in military. There is also bisexual, lesbian, or gay that can contribute more than in the straight men and women in military. Some homosexual have skills that can improve our military, and because every one of us is given a a skills and talent in different
Points.
yes, ma'am.
On that point, how can you say so that the homosexual can contribute more than the straight men and women?
I can say that straight men, I can say that homosexual can contribute more than the straight men and women because they can also give more strategies and techniques and what if the skills and talents of a particular good soldier is gained or is gained by a or achieved by a homosexual. We should accept them because it is one of the reason how to it's one of the reason to have a good group of soldiers. Second, we can say that the homosexual, we can say that homosexual should be accepted because some of them have a delegation in work. If they know that they can do a certain job, why should we should accept them? If they know that they can do a profession, we should accept them in profession they want. If they did not choose a career, we should allow them to not choose the career they did not want. Just like in US, they allowed homosexual in military, and US is, we all know that US is one of the countries who has a strong military group. Again, this house believes that homosexual should be accepted in military.
Thank you, sir. Okay, now, let's hear the case of opposition leader, Mr. Robert Sen.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We, the opposition side, believe that homosexual in the military should not be accepted. So first, let me define again what is homosexual. Homosexual are persons who are sexually attracted to their same sex. So from that meaning, we can already infer that accepting homosexual in the military is not a good idea. So, why? Because homosexuals are sexually attracted. So it also means that they are emotionally and physically weak. Why do I say so? Because there are some research conducted that being emotionally weak will also cause physical deficiency. So if that happens, do you think that those homosexuals can act like what a straight man and straight women do? The answer is no, they can't. So another thing, homosexuals are distraction to the unit. So, how? Okay, ma'am?
How could attraction the homosexuality definitely
same sex, there will be distraction. They cannot focus on their mission, on their training. There will be so many.
Point of information, sir.
Yes.
If you say that attraction to opposite sex, attraction to same sex is a distraction in military, would be an attraction in opposite sex would not also be a distraction.
That's why we have two types of barracks. Men and women are separated inside the camp. So there will be no attraction between them. Unlike if the homosexuals are accepted in military, they will be stay and sleep to the barracks of their same sex. So there will be a possibility that something unusual will occur. And because there is temptation. There is temptation because they are homosexual. So what do you think what the public will say if they will know that there is unusual in the military that is happening? The result will be the loss of dignity of the military, but and also the loss of the respect of our public to our country. Another, reduction of fighting skills. As what I said later, being emotionally weak will also cause physical deficiency. So, if there will be an invasion, do you think that homosexual can fight like what the straight men and straight women do? So, another reason why the military should not accept homosexual is the reduction of fighting skill. Like what I said earlier, being emotionally weak will also cause physical deficiency. So, if there will be an invasion, do you think that homosexual can fight like what the straight men and straight women can? The answer is no, they can. What we need to defend our country are people who are stable in all aspects. And homosexuals are not those persons. Another thing, accepting homosexual in the military will be a bad image to the public. What will be the children will say if there is a homosexual inside the military camp? They will think that those homosexuals are just for entertainment. So there will be a bad image and bad influence. How we will earn respect from other country if from our own land military are not respected. Another is they will accepting homosexuality in the military will be a threat to our country. Because if the other country will know that that our military is composed of homosexual, they can attack us anytime. So if that happens, there will be so many lives to sacrifice. And we will lose our freedom, which we taken care of for so many years. And that's why we are favoring the motion homosexual should not be accepted in the military.
Thank you, sir. Okay, now let's hear the case of Deputy Prime Minister, Ms. Bsed.
Thank you.
So again, we, the government side, believes that homosexuals should be accepted in the military. So one thing is the determination and dedication. So a homosexual individual, a gay or a lesbian, would not enter the military if he himself knows that he couldn't make or perform his obligation well, or he is not determined to be part of the military. Okay, it's a common sense that if from the very start, you know that you cannot perform or you cannot make your obligation, so will you still go for it? Of course not. But if you yourself are determined to be part of the military, no matter what happens, so you will do everything and anything at any cost. So same as the homosexuals. Though they are homosexuals, but if they are determined to be part of the military, so they have the rights. They have the rights to make a choice. Because entering the military requires determination and dedication.
Points of information, ma'am.
Yes.
So, Madam, dedication is not just enough to serve our country. So that's why there are requirements. There are so many requirements for us for every certain job, like in military. And how can you say that homosexual can perform the obligation of a soldier if the simple requirements of being straight is didn't follow?
Okay, you were saying that being a straight man is one of the requirements on entering the military. So I can say that what is the sense of being a straight man if you have no dedication? So let's just say that you are part of the military, you're a straight man. You're a straight man and you're part of the military. So every straight man that is part of the military, they are not dedicated to what they are doing. Do you think? I don't think so that they can succeed or they can still be part of the military. Because one thing we need to have is the dedication. Because if we have that, I'm sure that although, example is the homosexuals, if they have dedications, I'm sure that they would be part of it because they are dedicated that they want to be part of the military.
Points. Do you think that they are determined and dedicated on what they are doing? What if they are only forced by their family to go inside the military and they need to follow that?
Just like what I said a while ago, they can perform their obligation well if they are determined to be part of the military. So I think it's stupidity if you will enter the military if you are not dedicated to be part of it. If you are just forced by your family or you were just forced by anyone else. And so I think it's a stupidity if you will follow them without seeking for your personal idea or personal mind.
Points.
Okay.
But it happens in the reality that we don't like what we are doing and we have the right to choose. But there are situations that we need to follow them.
Of course, we have the trainings. So if they were just forced by their family, so we have the trainings. So that trainings would measure their ability if they are still suitable to be part of the military. Next is the equality of opportunity. So we can say that straight men and straight women are the best trainers in the military. So every individual must be treated equally, no matter what they are, no matter who they are. The fact is, they are still people. So like homosexuals, they have been given same opportunity like what straight men and straight women have. Next is the trainings and skills. So homosexuals will encounter different kinds of trainings that will serve as the basis that will prove that not only straight women and straight men are suitable to be part of the military. So military will provide different trainings that would measure the ability of the members in the military. So if ever that a homosexual fails to accomplish a certain mission, so do you think they would still be part of the military? Of course not. So that's why military requires training to determine if an individual, including homosexuals, is suitable to be part of the military.
Thank you, ma'am. Let's hear the Deputy Opposition Leader, Mr. Alvin Perine.
believes that homosexuals should not be accepted in military. Why? First, because it is bad influence to the young ones. For example, when the child sees that military have homosexual or gay or member of the LGBT society, I'm sure they will think or they will ask why are they here in the military. Because we all know that military men are elegant, brave, and have strong personality. Homosexuals should not be accepted in military. Because we all know that a homosexual don't like a job that give much effort because they are weak. And another, there is a time that being a homosexual in military. Yes.
You said earlier that homosexual is a bad influence to the young ones. How can you be sure that? How can you prove that they are a bad influence to the young people?
Because we know that the characteristic of a soldier in military are elegant, brave, and have a strong personality. For example, when a group of youth sees a gay soldier walking like in this universe, I'm sure they will love the soldier, and the reputation of the soldier will be magnified. Second, and another, there is a time that being a homosexual in the military will be sick to the minds of the young ones. That these homosexual person are those person who didn't respect the other person because because of their gender they had. Young ones will see the differences of being a homosexual and a natural person. And they can think also that those homosexuals can fight or do good for the security of the society. And many of the young ones will hard to accept the homosexual in the military society. Second,
How can we say that it would be hard to the young to accept the homosexuals in the military?
simply because we all know that military men have strong personality and elegant brave. But when the young ones knew or notice that military accepted the homosexual, they will think that the military is not
What is the sense of having those characteristics? You said that having a strong mind are the basis to
second, it is bad image to the public. Why? Because when the public notice on you that military people are surrounded by the gays or homosexual, the respect to the soldier will not be. And like what the leader of the opposition leader said a while ago, homosexual is threat to the defense of the states. Why? Because when the other country knew that the member of the military of our country is made or gays or homosexual, they will encourage to attack us because they know that the defense of our country is weak because of those gays in the military. And another destruction to the unit and reduction of fighting skill. When the homosexual element start their training, it is possible to the homosexual to interact with the men. In that situation, the unit will distract and the fighting skill, they will deduct the fighting skill because they will be emotional in their training. Homosexuals should not be accepted in the military. They should not join the military because they don't have the physical aptitude. And at most, they are coward. Even they are willing to serve. It doesn't matter because being in the military signifies valor and being valor.
Thank you, sir. Okay, now let's hear the member of the government, Ms. Angelica Torres.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Homosexuals should be accepted in military. So why? According to the saying, don't judge the book by its cover. Though they are homosexual, but they have an ability similar to the straight men and women. And most of the time, there are many things that a homosexual can do, but a straight man and women can do. Do not look their physical appearance, instead just look their inside appearance. And with that, we will know how strong, how dedicated, and how willing are they to be in military. Just like the government said a while ago that they do not enter on the military if they know in themselves that they can perform their tasks and obligations. Next thing is, it is their rights to choose what they want to do. We are here in a democratic country. So why would you stop someone to pursue their dreams simply because they are lesbian? Does it mean they have the right to choose what they want to do, what they want to pursue?
Point of information.
Yes?
How can you say that the homosexual cannot be judged by the people if their actions is judgment?
Why would you judge someone if you do not see his personality? So why would you stop someone to do their dreams simply because they are homosexual? We are in a democratic country. They have their rights to choose what they want. According to the 1987 Constitution of the Philippines, Article 3, Bill of Rights explains that everyone, or should I say, like homosexual, they have the rights to enjoy their privilege, to do their wants. As a democratic state, our country was guaranteed by certain individual rights. So how homosexuals enjoy their rights if we control them in their rights. Next thing is, it increased the number of military. It increased the number of soldiers in military. It is undeniable that one of the factors of having a strong military is having a number of soldiers. If we have a so if we have a number of
the number of military. But the question there is, do they have ability to protect us?
Yes, because they have a training. They are undergoing in a team training to so that's why gender doesn't matter at all. Homosexuals should be accepted.
Thank you, ma'am. And now the member of the opposition, Miss Clarice Moreno. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am supporting the motion of the opening opposition that homosexuals should not be accepted. So why? First one is their weak personality. Yes, there are training activities to be trained, but they are not capable in a battle or war. So why? It's simply because they are just a gay and they cannot avoid being a gay and they have weak personality. Let's give instances. For example, there is a gay or a clan of gays that saw a handsome boy. Without their knowledge, that handsome boy is just an spy of the terrorism. Instead of not entertaining that handsome boy, they will going to entertain him. Why? Because he is a handsome boy. And then, the terrorism will get an idea and information given by the spy about the plan of the military. This will become the reason why military starts the crime. Next one, reductions of fighting skills. If they saw a bomb and many dead body in actual battle, what were going to do? They will become regressy, run away, and leave their missions, obligations, responsibilities, and duties here in our country, especially to protect us. Next one.
points of information.
Not now, I'm not yet done. Okay, let's proceed. Homosexuals should not be accepted in military. So why? They contributed bad image to the public. Example, there is a group of people, let's give particular group of people, teenagers. There are a group of teenagers who is walking in the sidewalk, while in the other sidewalk, there are homosexuals who is walking also. And then, what do they going to think and say? They're going to think and say that, oh, a homosexual in military, what is his purpose? Just an entertainer? They will going to bully the gay. And they will going to say also that he is just biased in our country. How do the other country give respect to us, especially in the field of military? If our clan of military is composed of all these, they will going to implicate us, not only the person or the homosexual in military, but also we who is living here in our country because of the bad image carried on by the homosexual. Next one is the bad influence to the young one. Not now. Bad influence to the young one. So bad influence to the young one is interrelated to the first one I said that it gives bad image to the public. So why? It's going to sink in adolescents' mind. Like us, adolescents, that homosexual can be possible in military. Flirting of a gay in a boy in military can be possible. A lesbian and a gay can be possible. So what if they think that a relationship between a gay and a boy in military can be possible? So they not only contributed bad influence to the young one, but also in many people. Next one is treat to the defense of the state. If the other country know that our defense is just a weak point, they will going to colonize us, and there come a point where the indication of danger in our territory. If they already colonize us, they will going to do and say to what they want, and our freedom got lost. Next one, homosexual in military also costly. Why? Our government also provide many infrastructure just only for a gay, lesbian, transgender, or bisexual. Example of infrastructure is comfort room. Okay, comfort room. So the government will provide infrastructure just only for a gay and infrastructure just only for a lesbian. But it is too costly and expensive. But the question there is, where the government get the fund for it? And lastly, homosexual should not be accepted in military because in the Bible, God created only two classifications of humans, knowing as man and woman. So, being a homosexual has no space here in the earth. And it is a big sin with God. And if they're going to go in military, it's another sin because there is a possibility that they can have a relationship between a gay and a boy in military. That's why we should not accept the homosexual in military. Thank you, ma'am. And the last speaker from the government whip, Mr. Alvin Lies.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. We, the government side, saying that the homosexual should be accepted in the military. Why? Because the homosexual has also an ability to carry and to serve our country. Take a look at this illustration. So, straight man and straight woman. Physical and mental. Lesbian and the gay. The straight woman has a physical appearance of a man and a mental of a man. The straight woman has a woman in physical and woman in mental, while the homosexual has a lesbian has a physical appearance of a woman and the gay has a physical appearance of a man and lesbian has a mental of a man and the gay has a mental of a woman. So as we can see, the physical appearance of the homosexual has the same the physical appearance of the lesbian. When we look at this, these two has already accepted in the military. So I think that these two also, these two are, we can see in this side that this two has a physical appearance that the same in the physical appearance of the homosexual. So my point is that the physical appearance of the lesbian is not the reason why we do not accept them to military. Next,
What's the information, sir? Yes. So we said that homosexual, they appear. Let me see our illustration. So we said that straight men and straight women appears two men and women. So, but here you can see that a lesbian appears woman and a gay appears man. But but the lesbian think like a man and the gay thinks like a woman. So from your own illustration, you also said that a homosexual has deficiency because they are mentally
appearance, not this in the mental appearance. We need focus first in this mental appearance and physical appearance. So, as we can see, the mental of the homosexual the mental of the homosexual are the same in the mental of the straight woman and the straight man. So, in other words, that the physical appearance of the lesbian is not another reason why we did not accept them to the military. So, okay. So, this four has a different kinds of personality, and but we did not notice that this four also this four also is a human. Is a human that has a mental and physical appearance that we need to recognize in the military. That's why we need to accept homosexuality in the military.
Thank you, sir. And the opposition whip, Ms. Double Fabricant.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am the opposition whip of the opposition side, and I'm going to summarize all about why homosexuals should not be accepted in the military. Why? So here are the reasons why homosexuals should not be accepted in the military. First, they are emotional and psychological weak. So they possess a weak personality. So if they are emotionally weak, they will be attracted to the person who are having the same sex as their own. And there is a big possibility that they cannot control or hide their feelings for that person. And based on my observation, the longer that you've been together, the deeper the feelings that you feel for that person, which is wrong. Why? Because according to the Bible, God only created two classifications of human, the female and the male. And woman is for men and men is for women, not men for men and women is for women. So that is wrong. And the second thing is they are distraction to the unit because of sexual tension that causes awkwardness to each other that affect their performance as a whole process. Next thing is the reduction of the fighting skills. Like what our opposition leader said earlier, emotional problems may cause physical problems. So, we all know that gay actions are girly and yes, you are saying that there are training for them. But do you think it is enough? Because being girly to a gay is natural and it's hard for them to change that attitude, and because of this, they will experience difficulty on training, and they will not be focusing on what the training is all about. So,
According to your arguments, training cannot improve the bisexual. Are you saying that training in the military is weak?
no, I'm not saying that training in the military is weak, but what I am saying is gays are gay, so their attitude is different from the straight men. So, it's hard for them to leave the being gay to being, because we all know that the actions of the gays, like for the girls, so it's hard for them to leave that attitude and change it to straight men. So, I am not telling that training in the military is weak. Okay.
So, if the mental of the gay is exactly there are possible
Okay, let's proceed. And like what I'm saying, being is a gay and it's hard for them to change that attitude. And because of this, they would be they would like what I'm saying, they would not be focusing on what the is all about. And because of this, they would be lack of experience and knowledge. So what do you think they are going to apply in the actual battle if they don't have enough lack of experience? So, lack of experience and knowledge, nothing right, and it would be the cause of being loose of our country. Another thing is they are threat to the defense of the state. Like what I am saying, they are lack of experience and knowledge. So how they are going to fight the opponent, and how they will assure that they can protect their race. And we all know that after how to protect their base if they don't have, since they don't have enough luck, since they don't have enough knowledge and experience. And we all know that there are so many countries that want to colonize and invade our countries. So if you will know that our militaries are composed of gays and lesbians that are lack of fighting skills, we will grab the opportunity to invade and colonize our country. And we also know that there are many countries also that are industrial and have a powerful forces because they didn't accept homosexual in their military. So there is a big possibility that our country will be colonized with other countries. Then another fact why homosexuals should not be accepted in the military is because it has a bad influence and image the public and the young men. So how I say so because like what my teammates said earlier, like what military pertains to a soldier, and when the first impression that comes into the mind of the public and to the young men when they hear the word soldier, they are strong and have a strong personality, which homosexuals do not possess. And lastly, homosexual in military is costly because of sexual tension and awkwardness. The straight men and women will demand to build a new unit of barracks for them to avoid the tension between all of them. So, as a general, homosexuals should not be accepted in the military because first, they are emotional and psychologically weak. Second, they are distraction to the unit. Third, the reduction of the fighting skill. Fourth, is the threat to the defense of the state. Fifth is it has a bad influence and image to the young men and to the public. And lastly, homosexuality. If they will accept homosexuality in the military, it will be costly.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Based from what we saw, I gave government 2 points from opening team and 1 point for closing team. And opposition got 0 from opening team and 3 points from closing team. The government wins for they got points for the both teams. Thank you for your great participation. You may now cross hands.